It is another Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. We may see some of you out at Celery City this Saturday around 6:30.
Unspeakable.
We're going to have some drinks, celebrate the life of Luca the lizard.
Luca the lizard who passed away. For those that don't know, we're not making a big deal about it. If you would like to gather with us on Saturday, come see us at what time?
6:30.
6:30. So find us. We're not making a big.
There's a musician that's going to be at Celery City. If he starts around 7, you know.
We have some bagpipes if you want to be there.
No, I couldn't get the bagpipes.
You told me bagpipes.
You confirmed it last week.
Yeah,
I know.
You made me look like a fool.
Then I guess the guy told the
what
old grill man what it was.
Here's what we're finding out.
He screamed the F word.
The more,
well, were you going to pay him?
Here's what we're finding.
Yeah,
but
he thought it was
the more people that realize that
goof.
this is a funeral for a lizard, the more people don't want to go. It's just a thing.
I thought that was the reason you did want to go.
I thought that was the hook.
But that is not.
I thought it was the hook. No hook.
I want to see Celery City's complete renovation of their courtyard because I saw.
Not sure it'll be done in time.
Yeah. There's that too.
Well, maybe we could get a deal if I just
I saw it all bulldozed. And I was like,
a tiny coffin.
Yeah.
We bought our guest. I'm looking at our guest.
We can't bring that anymore.
We bought a 6-inch coffin. A 6-inch coffin.
Where is it? It's
it's in the office. I had to move
once I
Luca's
saw it, I was
body.
like, we can't even bring. This is a waste of money. I can't show anybody.
It's just
this.
horrifying. And also, Luca's body
I don't know why
lays in repose on my desk in 90% alcohol, courtesy.
Oh, Krista got mad at that. She said, "Put him in the ground."
No, that's what I was supposed to do. The taxidermy lady from Weird Job. This is on brand.
Yeah, but she said, "Don't do that."
No,
don't taxidermy.
the taxidermy lady said, if you don't want it to stink like a goddamn S-bomb in your studio, then you need to put him on 90% isopropyl alcohol, and
by the way, this is what they do for humans. I don't know if you know this
I'm
is
doing
what
the same thing.
The morgue is doing.
Yeah.
They're putting basically formaldehyde in a human body.
90% isopropyl alcohol.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? We're doing a lot of good bads. We like to take the worst idea that we have and then force it through the hole.
Ted Nugent's on the show.
No, we have his wife, though. We do have his wife.
Sorry.
Couldn't get Ted.
We're doing a weird job.
We're doing it. Yeah. Okay, we're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Sorry, Jennifer.
No, Jennifer's
a hell of an intro.
No, Jennifer goes. Jennifer parties.
Where?
He called it. She parties. Weird Job Wednesday.
Can't
really likes the tongue.
Can only do jokes.
It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Don't show it to
It's a tiny coffin. It is a tiny coffin. I wasn't lying. I don't want people to think I'm a liar. Look at this. It is awesome.
It's ornate. That thing was
it's
expensive.
glass. It's glass. This is $83.
Yeah, I shouldn't have got the glass top.
He got the glass top. It's a tiny lizard coffin.
Yeah.
And people don't think people that listen to this show think we're both stupid. I know that.
Yeah.
And I've reconciled,
They should.
I'm good with that. But then I think some people that listen to the show think we lie.
Yeah.
We don't lie.
Well, now I kind of want
lie.
them to think we're lying.
No,
because
this
then
is
you're like,
tiny,
well, they're always joking.
and look,
Who knows what they're saying?
Look at that. Oh.
What is that made for? Why is that made and easy to buy on the internet? First thing to pop it up.
And then it comes with a stick to prop it open for an open casket funeral and a tiny pillow for Luca's head. You bought it. Don't talk to me. All right, I'm putting it away. We're done with it. Moving on. Never talking about it again. Never talking about it again.
So Jennifer's here. How you doing?
Hey, hello.
What's up?
So I heard this story and I was like, we got to have Jennifer on to talk about it because it's unique in the fact that I don't know or have ever met anybody that has ever started making their own cleaning products and selling them as, an entrepreneur. And because I didn't think
I dated a girl who was a gypsy. Can I say that?
No.
I dated a girl who was a traveler who would go around to different people's houses and say that the sprayer bottle she had was filled with cleaning products, and that it would protect old people's roofs. And she'd get up there and spray their roofs, but it was water, and she was stealing their money and taking advantage of the elderly. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So
she was excellent in bed.
Well, speaking of that, I've met a lot of Spanish grandmas in my life.
Yeah, say la fabulosa.
No. They mix their own cleaning
they
chemicals.
make a concoction.
A lot of vinegar is being used or whatever. They
It's
swear.
organic.
Like a malt. Put the malt.
So
You
I've
gotta put
seen that.
It's a 50% malt vinegar, 50% RO water,
But I've
2 squirts lemon juice.
I've never.
Right? The lemon juice is the secret.
And it's a secret.
It's the secret. Everybody knows. It's half malt, half water, lemon.
So, Jennifer, where did this even start? Did it start with you just making your own cleaning supplies, and then they work so well, you're like, I think I have something there?
Well, I cleaned houses for almost 20 years.
Good
And
Lord.
yeah.
It's a hard job, man.
Oh,
Thank
it
you
was
for your
hard.
service. That is what. No, I mean that. Like, it's
Yeah.
like anybody can. You could say that to anybody. If you've
hard.
worked hard in your field and done like a great job, I appreciate you. Like,
Yeah.
that is cleaning
Thank
up
you.
after people where they put their butts.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also hard ass work.
Yeah, it is
just
really,
and
really
we're talking
hard.
deep cleaning. It's like I've never been
No.
a deep cleaner. I just pick up stuff and then I squint my
I'm a
eyes
wiper.
and I'm like,
You're a straightener. I'm a wiper. Right?
yeah.
I wipe the surfaces.
wipe the
he
surface.
straightens.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's about as far as it
Is
goes.
that an emotional thing? Because Crystal's a wiper.
Yeah,
like
I'm a
Crystal
wiper.
will clean the whole house and be like, I spent 5 hours cleaning, and I'm like, there's still S all over everywhere. And I don't say that out loud. I say it in my head. And then I'm like, what'd you do? And then what she's doing is wiping down all the surfaces.
Yeah.
You got to do that first before you do the floors.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't
Top
like
to
wiping
bottom.
anything.
Well, then everything's just dirty at your house.
Yeah. But as long as I can't
There should be
see
one thing you
the
like
garbage.
Germs.
There's one thing you should
Germs.
be
I don't
wi-
care about germs.
Okay.
I know you don't. You do have children you should worry about.
Well, to make them tougher.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're so tough.
Yeah.
It's worked so far.
Well, Crystal's wiping all the germs. Anyway, so back to you, Jennifer. So
Yeah.
what you started making your own cleaning chemicals?
I did
Yeah.
over the years. I mean, I didn't do it right away. I just I guess the last couple of years I knew it was time to retire the cleaning
Okay.
because it was getting too hard for me. And then
It's a physical job.
you're doing 4 or 5 houses.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
day.
I mean, it's like saying a mom is not a job. It's a ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's probably the most physical. I mean, especially cleaning. If you went to my house, you got 4 floors.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, like the ladies, God bless them, from Her Majesty
So much
Services
work.
that do
Yeah.
it once a month for us or whatever. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
lugging
it's
everything
crazy.
around
It's
and stuff.
yeah, vacuum the whole 9. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. So, but I loved it. I mean, you learn a lot about people when you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Not
that.
that you
find
want
their
to, but you
dildos
just-
hanging out.
Let's
You
talk
do.
about it.
Yeah,
Ew, yeah.
a lot of dildos, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot. I've had some clients.
Yeah, the big
Ye-
veiny ones.
Yeah.
too. The big rubber floppers.
Oh,
The
yeah,
big
there's got to
flopper.
be some discretion.
Yeah.
And you as the I guess
Oh my God, have you ever busted anybody like cheating or anything?
Yeah.
No.
Anything scandalous? Tell us the secrets.
Yeah, tell us
mean,
about
I
the
feel-
floppers.
What if they're listening?
No,
Well, don't name names.
Trust us,
No,
they're not
I don't
listening.
even
They're not
remember their
listening.
name.
Nobody listens. It's fine. You're
I
good.
was so bad with names, but yeah, one I can't even. I have a guy
Uh-oh.
who had the purple room.
what is that?
the purple
That's when he
room.
likes to tie his balls up.
That's yeah. He had a sex wing in there.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah,
Tie 'em
she was-
purple.
Sally.
Yeah.
Don't you that person tell you, Jennifer, like, hey,
I
just,
have a sex room. No need to clean.
Yeah. We'll just lock this door and clean
Yeah.
everything else. Like,
No.
You
No.
can tell by the
He
master
was proud
lock.
of that room. He was proud of. I should have known when the guy answered his door in his robe.
Oh,
thought, I
he
was like, am
wanted
I
to-
early?
It was, you were a mark.
Yeah.
He was trying
Like, what
to
is going on?
get
No,
you.
if you got a
Odd.
purple room, you like robes. Everybody knows.
Oh, so you're
You
going
see
to
Boogie
explain
Nights?
it away?
No, I'm just saying you wear a robe
So
all the
not
time.
all guys that answer the door in a robe want want to come on to the cleaning person?
No, I think that you live in a robe.
Okay,
You
all right.
I
have
assumed
or
that's
whatever.
what it was. Everything was kept up until my first clean, and then
Yeah.
and you're like, okay,
Right.
whatever.
Did you get to go in the purple room?
I had to clean the purple room.
Oh
Now
my.
that
But
in
I
itself
didn't
is a full
clean,
day.
like,
Right. You're not like
But it was a
you're not
little
like
awkward.
taking all the toys and putting them in
No,
the
I
dishwasher.
wasn't yet.
Yeah. You're not like wiping down the leather. You're just like, I'll just
Yeah, I'm
straighten
just doing a
up,
surface
you know.
clean, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I
I'll
didn't
hang
touch
the
the
swing
swing.
up. You know, if there are any like panties on the ground, I will kick them into the corners.
Yeah, one day he left photos there.
Oh, that was deliberate.
I was like,
all
yeah.
deliberate. That was
I think
a
so,
trail
too.
of breadcrumbs.
That was my last clean. I said, I can't do this anymore.
Oh my
I-
God!
I
And
always
you know
used
what?
to-
And we miss you every day that we don't see you around my house.
I always used to say there's 3 people that know you're a drug addict or an alcoholic in life, and it's you, and it's your cleaning lady and the guy that takes your recycling out.
Yeah.
Because you can hide it from everybody else, but you can't hide it from the cleaning lady and the
Yeah.
recycling man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jennifer, what when you start making cleaning products?
Yeah.
Now I'm not asking you to give away your secrets. I don't know if it's a secret.
11
or,
herbs and spices, man.
but
You
where
can't-
do you?
She's got like 2 squirts of ammonia, a drop of olive oil.
Is it the expense? Because I would imagine like big Windex got it.
You're supposed to say that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like the bigger
Windex,
giant
you don't have to worry about
corporations.
Windex. You got to worry about
Who-
409. You got to worry about big 409.
Is it all owned by some parent company like Johnson & Johnson owns a majority? Like
Yeah,
what
they
is
do.
it?
They do.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I just researched a lot of the ingredients that go into it and what's natural and what's regulated, because you got to go through the state, you got to go federally, you got to make sure that, because they'll charge you. They'll charge you for certain things that are in your
And it's
product.
all poison in there, right? which I'm
Except
fine
for mine.
with.
There's no poison in there.
No, I know.
Right, the big one.
She's
the
here
big
to
one.
sell it,
The
bro.
big
Big
ones,
ones,
yes.
the big ones.
when I'm rubbing suntan lotion on my face, and then Crystal's explaining to me that I'm rubbing poison under
Yeah.
my
I
face.
rub it into my face.
Yeah.
I tell her, I'm like, well, I assumed it was poison. Like I didn't think it was good for me. Like I'm just doing this.
I mean, it has
Because-
sun-stopping
just rubbing.
properties.
yeah, the sun.
It has
and the,
sun-stopping properties. What
Oh.
led me to believe that this was a great concoction?
and then I'm picking my poison, and I feel like the sun may be worse, and it's definitely going to turn my face
Hey,
black.
look at you. Pick your
Uh,
poison.
Anyway, how did you even learn how to start making? Was
That's a
it just
good
trial and
question,
error?
yeah.
Well, my spouse, he's really good with chemistry. So he I would talk to him about it, and he would explain, no, that's going to react. I'm like, oh, okay.
Her husband's
We're
Bill Nye. The science guy.
That would be
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah. When you say your husband's
No,
good at
he's
chemistry,
a grumpy old man. Bill Nye.
I
does-
love him.
Yeah,
I love him even with his grumpiness.
I love him too, but I don't know if I'd want to be married to him.
Does he work for a lab or is he
No.
Breaking Bad?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, not that kind
Yeah.
of chemist.
Okay.
Walter
Yeah,
White.
he grows weed for a living for a company. That's what he does. But
So
yeah,
kind
so he.
of.
A little bit.
Illegal.
Yeah, on the
Breaking
Venn
Bad.
diagram, it overlaps a little bit.
It's
Anyways,
not Walter White. So it's like
Walter Green.
there
Yeah,
it is.
Walter Green.
So how would you start, like, even mixing the chemicals? You know.
Yeah, I just realized what I'd like. I had a vision of what I wanted it to do. So I would create something, and then I would try it. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. I went through great lengths for the essential oils that I use as well, because they're pure, they're natural, they smell good. They're not going to give you the headache that other products do. So
That's going to be the theme today.
that's
And
Headaches. No, seriously, because
Yeah.
Ted Nugent's wife's actually coming on to talk about the headaches she was getting
Yeah.
from mold
yeah.
and having in their house a mold remediation and that sort of thing. Yeah, like we don't really give a lot of. I know I don't give a lot of thought about like when we're done cooking. It's my turn to do surfaces.
Yeah.
It's like I always do it. Me and May, we go to the pantry, we open it up, we get out 2 rags and whatever the spray bottle is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my daughter is at the, she's wielding chemical. I don't know what's in there. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you, is it good for her? Is it bad for her? Is it shortening her life? Is it
Right.
shortening my life? I don't know.
I mean, that stuff, yeah, it gets to you. Because, I'm thinking over the years I was cleaning, I'm like, what is going into my lungs right now?
Right.
Oh,
And they're
yeah.
using all these
Right.
products.
I know what's going
and-
into mine. Truly, truly, every minute.
Hey,
of the
what's in
day.
that?
Yeah.
It's
Weed,
paradise.
weed. Yeah, my lungs are filled with weed. What's yours?
Yeah.
So if you just like break it down, I guess, to the base chemicals of soap, it's just lye, right? Which is made from
Yeah.
animal fat. Oh, you know,
Yeah.
and then that. Why? I don't even know the
Hey, we got a pirate over here.
No, no. No, I know it from Fight Club.
Yeah,
You steal the fat, you make
Yeah.
the soap. But so why? What does lye even do? It breaks down other fat. Like I don't know how it works. Like why does fat work against cleaning?
I had a band director.
Anything, I don't know.
I had a
Yeah.
band director one time, and why it was a band director, don't know. It was just the guy telling me the fact. But he told me that soap makes water wetter.
No, you don't know what he's talking
No,
about.
Like the viscosity.
but yeah,
Yeah.
by like making it, he was like soap makes water wetter, so you're able to like I don't know, move it around more. Never understood what he said.
Well,
Just remember it.
like is it breaking down? Like there's different types of dirt where there's
Yeah.
actually soil, right? And then you're like, okay, now you got oil based dirts, right? You've got biological, like viruses, others.
Oh no,
I-
wet market.
Mm.
Here we go. Here we
Yeah.
go.
If it's listen, I'll tell you that I've sat at a Waffle House, had a lady with a dirty rag come wipe the table, the rag stunk.
Yeah.
And then she just wiped it around in a circle.
Yeah.
I was
She's
like,
gotta get the crumbs off.
I think,
It's a crumb rack, not a. It's a crumb rack.
yeah, but
you don't go to Waffle House for clean tables.
Yeah, and then I'll eat off that table. That's how little I care about any being clean. But
Yeah.
but like
Great endorsement for Greenleaf cleaning
Well, this is not.
Just bring your products with you.
no. But I'm an anomaly. People care about being
Yeah,
clean.
people do care about
like,
being
my
clean.
wife is obsessed with it. Everybody is. Like
Yeah.
I'm a disgusto. for
Yeah,
a
I'm
thing
so
like
glad
this.
you finally admitted it.
No,
Yeah.
I know myself. What like how how do your cleaning products even work, and why do they work better or equal to the generic Big Windex?
Well, because I made it for one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
No.
like that. I like
Is
because
that
I believe
good?
in it. It's
Yeah.
got me in it. It's got my
Hello.
powers.
That's my picture on it.
Yeah. Does it have your picture?
No, it doesn't.
Oh
no.
my god! I was like,
That's
oh my
my-
god, that's an egotistical, bold move.
I know.
I like that. You put yourself on there.
No, I mean they work. It doesn't leave the streaks. Like if you use the glass cleaner, when you clean your bathroom mirror, you're not going to have all those streaks. It dries quickly, and it really is nice.
You should use
You're gonna
this
wanna
in
keep
your
using
porno shower.
And then the all-purpose cleaner, and then the
He
bathroom.
has a porno shower.
No,
Yeah.
come on.
You listen, right?
I mean, I heard.
no.
Yeah,
It's not a
I
porno
know.
shower.
Everybody
It's just
knows.
a picture. It's a
Yeah, but like,
avant-garde,
but you have a
black
very-
and white.
You have a very modern. You have a very modern, and some would say even very like a very like
an expressionist.
yeah, like I was gonna say like Espin, like it's.
So Jennifer,
Yeah.
how when you started making this and bottling it, did you start selling it to friends and family first, and then you're like, I can put this on the internet? Like, what's the next? What was the next step?
I created it and just I did send it to family and some friends. I said, please try it out. I want you to let me know what you think. I need an honest opinion because I can only grow better. I need to know.
Yeah.
And so they did, and they gave me their advice, and which they didn't have.
She sent us more of her vinegar.
There's actually no vinegar in it.
Okay.
You're not going to smell Easter eggs when you use it.
It was like, Crystal will put vinegar, and it'll make it stinks like a sub shop in here.
What is this crap?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Your wife uses like an old,
Yeah.
an old Louisiana black
Oh, yeah.
lady. She cleans everything with
Alcohol,
vinegar.
vinegar, and water.
Yeah.
It's just a mixture, but
Yeah.
it
It
stinks.
does work. It stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Italian BMT.
You got some stains on your marble. Let me get out my vinegar. That's a very old way of cleaning, right?
It
Like
is.
It is.
it is.
So then, how do you market this, Jennifer? As far as like, is it?
She was trying to do it right now before you executed her.
No, I have a website, greenleafclean.co, and you know, I market it that way. I have
.co?
.co.
Drop that in.
Yeah, drop that M.
The M was $2,000.
The M is slowing us down, man. The M
They make you pay by the.
Yes.
They make you pay by the letter now.
Yeah, they
They
make you
do.
pay
Well,
by
I
the
would have
letter.
done .c then.
I know.
Why?
No,
Can't do
nobody
.c.
takes you serious if you're a .c.
I didn't even know that was an option.
You got to have a 2-letter ending. Everybody knows you got to have a 2-letter ending.
You
All
do.
right,
It makes
yeah.
it better.
All right.
Yeah, so I have that, and I do farmers markets at Sanford.
Okay.
And I have a tent set up there every other weekend, and that's how I market.
You should probably have seen her out there. Your family, aren't you guys the farmers market crew?
You guys can come
You
visit
guys
me.
go. You're always walking around with a bucket of popcorn
No.
and looking for beard oil and.
You know, Crystal used to like to
And you
take the
picnic,
kids.
you put a blanket out and you sit.
Yeah.
You sit in the heat with your beard
My
oil.
God, the heat.
With your beard oil. You go. This is what you go to the farmer's market, you with a blanket with your kids, you put the blanket out, you sit in the heat with the beard
Yeah.
oil you just purchased and popcorn.
Yeah. And then you get some sort of dog shampoo.
Yes.
Or-
Oatmeal dog shampoo.
Yeah.
You know why they use the
I think
oatmeal?
like
I don't know
dog
if you know
shampoo.
this. Cooling. It's cooling on the skin. The
Really?
oatmeal calms your skin down.
Oh.
So
I didn't mean to grab my boobs in front of you.
Jennifer, okay, well, let's. I'm taking on some products from here.
All right.
Yeah,
got-
got your foaming hand soap
This is
right
like
there.
we do with Hourglass, just a couple squirts in the mouth.
You guys have something of every scent
Okay.
in each box.
So
you guys
Your
do the same.
packaging is like really extraordinarily nice, man.
Thank you.
Like well done.
So
Sage Creative.
Yeah, really
of
well done.
Jacksonville,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks great.
We
it,
need
amazing.
to maybe hit them up. They got the
Yeah.
paper with her company name on
Yeah,
it.
I
that's
mean, they had my vision and they went with it.
Yeah,
and they
this
did
looks
a great job.
And again, plug your website where people can find you.
Greenleafclean.co.
There you go, greenleafclean.co.
so Jennifer, is it now more about like whether one soap works better than the others? Which I know for a fact it's like
Is it person to person based on your own
Well,
kind of like your own body's chemistry?
This is what I know about business, and it's the same thing
man.
with giant big beer companies and craft beer companies, right?
Yeah.
Is that craft beer companies can make a better beer than giant beer companies, and beer like, oh, that's subjective. I'm like, no, it's not, because I'll tell you why. Because the giant corporations, what they have whittled all their ingredients down and cut enough corners, because it's about money, right? And it's about how much money can it make per liquid ounce.
They can't
Yeah.
get the good
And
ingredients.
so, and I am going, if I'm going to use this chemical instead of something natural, if it's cheaper, that's what I'm going to do,
Right.
because
Yeah.
that's what companies do.
That's what they
when,
do,
when
yeah.
the bottom line's at stake. And now you could argue it's a different argument whether it's safe or not, because the big businesses would say, listen, we've had 100 scientists look at this. We have too much to lose for it to be dangerous. It's safe, but it is a weirdo chemical. You don't even know what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
And you have to trust us by telling it that it's safe. And then you have people who are like, well, if I can buy from someone local, a
Yeah.
small business,
Yeah.
and all the ingredients
or
are
meet
natural,
the person like you.
Yeah.
And shake your hand.
Yeah.
and I can
yeah,
support,
I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
I can support someone locally,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the ingredients in this are all natural, because Jennifer can do that
Yeah.
because she's small. Now her margins are way worse than Big Windex, because that's how it works. But
Yeah.
Jennifer doesn't care, because she wants to
Yeah.
produce
She's
this
passionate
product.
about
She's
it.
not gonna.
I am very passionate.
You're not going to
Yeah.
start cutting corners with your ingredients later on. Maybe
No.
you'll tweak them a little bit, I'm sure, down the road, but it's not advantageous for you to do that.
Right.
Because you're not a giant corporation that has a board of directors that is looking at a percentage dollar amount and
Yeah.
like, hey, we could save $8 million by using this chemical instead of this chemical, and we have science to back that it's safe. And it's,
Yeah.
because
you're right.
And that's the reality
What's
of
the
everything.
hardest part of trying to formulate your own brand of something that okay, you did what we did, right? It's like you go
Yeah.
and you do podcasting, but you decide to do it in the biggest category, right? Comedy. Why would you choose to do it in comedy? It's like, why would you choose to make your own? You obviously think
Yeah.
it's better, and so do we.
I do,
so
yeah.
what's the hardest part?
Just making. I wanted to make sure it actually worked, because you can put anything in a bottle and call it your own.
That's
you know?
true.
But I just wanted to make sure it worked. And, I make every bottle, every order that comes in, it's made by me. I label it, I make it, and I ship it out myself. You know.
Wow, you know she
Like-
reminds me of Biggie with
Yeah.
Deli Fresh
Yeah.
threads.
Well, because
He does everything by hand, and your packaging.
I love
is,
it.
And-
Yeah.
So it shows. I can see
Yeah,
like the way you
it's just
smile.
I get so excited when I get an order. I'm like, oh, they're gonna love it.
But also, Jennifer, and
Man, that's so neat.
Yeah.
That's just so you're so cute.
I'm-
That's really cool.
I'm sure you hear this a lot,
love
where it's like you have a newborn baby and they're crawling around everywhere, and they're just, all they do is put their hands in their mouth, right? And then
Oh my
you
God,
use
Maisie still does it. I can't stop her.
so you use the big cleaning products from the
Yeah.
giant corporations, and then you are thinking like, well, whatever these cleaning products are made of, my baby is putting it in his mouth, because there's no way around it, because I have to clean my house, and no one can be that diligent with where their kid is. And so then you're like, well, if I have to, because I imagine because you're using better ingredients, your prices are, you could buy a 10-gallon jug of whatever cleaning
garbage,
product
just
for
garbage.
probably cheaper than you could buy Jennifer's product. But what Jennifer is selling is an all-natural product with better quality.
Different experience.
It's made
yeah.
with love. It's made with love.
A Miller Lite is cheaper than a Scootin' and Tootin' Pale Ale. You know?
Right,
but
right.
but everybody realizes that we're not going for what's cheapest. You're going for what has better
Yeah,
ingredients.
we had a guy on our
Yeah.
Reddit page basically say that the Scootin' and Tootin' he thought was like one of his favorite beers he's ever had. Like I don't know if he's like a new craft beer guy, but he's like, this is phenomenal.
Hourglass is
And it
paying-
is good, but I'm just saying it's like you get what you pay for.
You guys should smell some of the products. Open the lid up and.
Jennifer, I found that
Here, let me-
when someone tells me, smell this, I just say, good.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's not straight doo-doo.
Don't-
Like, if,
I like
if,
this.
If it's either whatever the scent is or feces to me, and then if it smells like feces, I'll be like, oh, that's horrible. But whatever else it is, grape, cherry, blue. That's
Blue.
it's more of an ice, Arctic blue, whatever.
Grape, cherry, blue.
Whatever the
We have
scent
all
is,
the
some
flavors.
roses,
Grape,
some flavor, lavender.
cherry,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it's good. I don't know the difference between this lavender, that lavender, whatever.
I'm your guy for that.
Yeah, it's either feces or whatever
I'm
else.
your guy.
Or
I'm
it's gonna-
opening this.
That's the
right
only
now.
thing I
Open it
can
up.
I'm
smell.
opening it up to smell.
I can
it.
smell
what,
vinegar
what
too.
scent you got there, Dan?
This is lemon zest,
Lemon zest.
and I love that's.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
I'm telling you. I
Maisie's
just,
gonna
like,
steal
wanna eat
these
it.
because she, like, I have a thing where every Christmas nobody knows what to get for me for Christmas because it's
Mm-hmm.
like I buy my own dumb stuff, like in like gadgets and video games. Don't buy me that. I got that covered. But
Yeah.
they buy me hand soap. My relatives always
That's
buy me
funny.
because I love.
Yeah.
I love really nice, like I like the ones that have like infused, like this, like lemon zest, and it has like rosemary, and it has
Mm-hmm. I
like
have
olive
holiday
oil.
scents too.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You're gonna love the holiday scents.
All right.
They're
I'm
good.
in. I'm in. But very, very good to know.
Yeah.
I will say, as I get older, like I used to not care what I shampoo my hair with Dawn or whatever,
There it is.
any
There
soap
it
that
is,
was in
yeah.
the shower or whatever.
Just
I
use the bar.
and then
Oh,
when I
no.
lived with the
Some people
Grizz,
do.
I
used
used the
to
bar.
Do that. I used to do that as a kid.
And then
Yellow dial.
And,
Oh.
But
Yeah.
as you age, like you start realizing that your hair can't handle that. And then you're like, God, my hair is like a
break.
horse.
Break off.
And then it's like it's
People
so
pay for horsehair though.
dry.
Yeah, they do.
But it is so dry.
Oh, you got the
and
brittle hair.
Horrible that I'm like,
You mean
I have
the
to.
tail and mane shampoo? Sure, you'll buy that. But he means like
Dude.
using like.
Yeah, it's so dry and frizzy, and then it's
Yeah.
like I'm like killing it. I'm
Yeah.
killing
Yeah.
my own hair, and then I realized my 40-year-old hair, I have
No.
to at least use shampoo
And you can see-
that is made for hair.
You
Yeah.
can see an old man who doesn't like moisturize or condition his hair. You can see him. This
Mhm.
happens a
Oh,
lot
get
with
ya.
comedians. I'm looking
Yeah.
at you, Jay Moore.
Yeah.
The little conditioner goes.
You don't got much left.
I know, but he needs to put the
Yeah.
conditioner in there because it's looking like a baby chicken. It's getting like a
No,
little.
I think genetics
no.
got old more. That's what happens. Anyway, so Jennifer,
Drugs got more.
good luck with your
Thank you.
endeavor.
Yeah.
and
I really
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
with
it's a
it,
very
man.
neutral cleaner, so you can use it on granite and stone and everything too. So
That's awesome. I know.
yeah, it won't
Have
ruin
you ever
anything.
made a cleaner? I mean, I don't know if you even want to talk about this. Have you ever made a cleaner where You thought it was going to be awesome, and then you tried to clean something with it, and you
Yeah.
ruined something?
No, I didn't ruin anything, but it was
Because you're using a
terrible.
lot of all natural, like, have you ever had
Yeah.
one that you wanted to, like a smell, you're like, we're going to do it. It's going to be sloppy Joe smell, clean, like,
Yeah, I've had some things where it's the oil. A lot of times it's the oil makes it terrible.
right.
Can I
Oh,
bitch about granite for a second?
Yeah.
That's
That's the oldest thing that's ever been said on the show.
when we redid our house, of course, Crystal had this this dream
The
about having
Stone
this
Palace,
big
yes.
granite countertop that she always wanted or whatever. We went to this. I almost cursed. The store.
My God, man, you're
And
really
then-
passionate about this
It's
granite.
deep-rooted.
And
It's
then
deep.
we're
It's
looking
in
at
his
the,
core.
and then you could tell something's expensive when someone walks around with you and offers
don't
you
like
water.
that. I don't like that.
It's like, why is it?
Did you pick a slab?
Why is this guy walking around with
I'm
us
not picking a slab.
offering us water? I'm like, how much does this cost? It comes with the expense of the
No.
guy. He's making commission, and and
Yeah.
then.
Do you have a suit on? No,
Yeah.
sir.
And then when you have to go sit down in an air-conditioned other space to
Yeah, it's
like
like
talk
buying a
about,
car. It's like buying
You know
a
it's
car.
and then I'm like,
expensive.
why am I in here?
Is Stone living?
Yeah.
What am I buying?
Oh, yeah. So then we get this, right? It's my wife's dream. We get the granite. Some Russians have to cut it because that's
We
how-
will cut the granite.
And
We will
that's
give
a
you
whole.
a
That's as
break.
much as the granite.
We'll give you a break if wife will flash
like-
boobies.
And then I'm like, what? I call Concrete Mike, and then I'm like, can you cut this? The Russians want to charge me as much.
I don't
as
mess with the
cheating
Russians,
granite.
man. See ya.
And apparently, it's like you have to have some artisan cut it. And I was like, what? We have technology. Why can't?
No, you had to get Dimitri
we have to hire
Dimitri or
$5,000 for. I mean,
with a wet saw.
Concrete Mike.
No.
He can get some concrete or saw and cut this whatever bevel it.
can't
I don't
do
know.
it.
He's
It
like,
needs
oh,
to be
the bevel.
Dimitri with the wet saw.
Anyway, so then get it installed. Crystal's crying. This whole thing.
Did she really cry?
I don't know. I was just
Okay.
no.
You weren't paying attention.
We're back to lying again.
I'm just saying what she was like so excited. She's like, oh, look
Yeah.
at this, oh, yeah, the natural things. And then so then fast forward months later, right?
Oh,
and
no.
then I'm like, Crystal's asleep.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I'm gonna get naked and lay on the countertops.
Yeah.
I look good. I've been working out. I've been in the sun all day. I'm gonna get naked and come inside, and I'm gonna have my bare ass on the cold counter granite.
So then I'm like, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. So I'm cleaning the kitchen, and then I'm wiping it. I'm like, just
What were you using? You
just whatever,
mother-
Windex or
Ah!
No.
and then I'm just, whatever
Were
the
you
hell's
using
under the
Greenleaf?
sink.
You gotta use the green
I don't,
leaf.
and then
What were
Crystal's
you
like,
using?
what are you doing? And then I'm like, what? I'm just wiping the GD $8,000 granite.
He was naked.
And then
He was
Crystal's like, you can't just use anything. You gotta use the granite cream. It's a and they're like, this is porous.
Granite cream.
You ruined it. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, we had it professionally sealed, and that was $800. And then I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, why? And it's like, why did you buy us this?
Granite cream.
I'm like, you've shackled us to this granite cream, and then now you're yelling
You
at me.
shackled our dreams to the granite
I'm
cream.
like, why? There has to be a less expensive countertop.
Yeah.
They make this in a lab.
WillGreenleaf.co. The M. We left the M off for savings.
Greenleaf Clean.
Clean.
dot com.
Greenleaf Clean. Sorry.
Greenleafclean.co, yeah.
Greenleafclean.co.
Yeah.
Will it remove granite cream?
Yeah, you don't need the $1,000 granite.
Okay,
cream.
all right. Oh, yeah.
This will actually use that, and then your countertops will be so smooth.
If I try to use that, Crystal will run out screaming, what are you doing?
oh yeah,
And
You
then I'm
don't
like,
get in trouble.
Obedience made it in her kitchen.
Try it in the bathroom.
Don't tell her that.
She knows that it's fine, and then
Yeah,
she'll
yeah.
scream.
Yeah.
And she does. You're ruining the granite. And then I found out it can be stained forever.
Yeah.
Well,
Because it's porous.
yeah. There may have been a coffee cup that I left that had, because I walk a stomp, so it spills coffee all over the sides.
Did you stomp some black coffee
Yeah,
on the?
well, and then I put it down
Yeah.
on the counter, and then
I mean business.
I forgot about it. I left, and then it dried or whatever.
Off the lows.
Then, listen, Crystal, she's like, look, you're staying there forever. I'm like,
Where's
forever.
it at? So I can put it out next time I'm in your house.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can pressure wash anything off. Firehouse pressure washing can come and pressure wash. How can it be stained forever?
I think
He's
the
coming
best,
in with the pressure
the
washer.
best idea you've ever had is
no.
to have Firehouse Pressure Washing come in and pressure wash.
Blow your granite off.
I have
How can it be
tears in my
stained
eyes.
forever? Nothing's stained forever. I'm like, there's nothing that will clean this coffee ring off. And then she's like, no, it's soaked into the pores. And I'm like, the pores?
living.
It's
a living.
He wiped a booger in his microphone. I saw it.
I'm like, you can't just
You
pour
wiped
Someone-
a booger.
Clip that.
it
He
was
tried
spit.
and then he tried
He's
to
wiping it.
He tried to grab it.
How could it be stained forever, Jennifer? Forever?
Well, it does stay on there. Yeah, you
Forever.
Can, until you resurface it. I think it stays
Oh
on
my
there.
God.
From my understanding, I don't know.
Gotta
is
do your
surface?
research
Wait,
before
you're
you
the
get
service
granted.
lady. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What do you resurface what? What the surface
You should've
is a
just-
stone.
She should have known about Greenleaf Clean. is
Oh,
what it
I like that. I like that.
Isn't
she
that
pivoted to herself.
is. Yeah, I
All
changed it.
Okay, I like that.
So,
Yeah.
you make anything else?
You make any liquid
What?
divorce papers?
Yeah.
You know how to clean up this marriage?
Only soaps. Like,
Wait, are you asking her to
pivoting-
get nude?
no. I'm saying
Only soaps?
Are you
I
gonna-
see what he was doing there.
are you gonna
This guy's
pivot?
a pervert.
into something else.
Like, are you going to
shampoos?
expand any more on
Yeah.
your cleaning line?
Yes, there'll be a different phase here soon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have the all-purpose bathroom, and then the powder sink and tub cleaner is wonderful.
Oh,
Does it
need
have a
that.
pumice in there? Does it have a grinding agent of all?
And the powder cleaner,
Yeah,
yeah, there
it
is.
does.
But it rinses so nice. You know how other products leave grit, and
Yeah.
you're constantly rinsing, and that doesn't do that.
I became obsessed with Comet as a young boy, like cleaning,
Yeah.
because it would clean stuff off. But I didn't realize that you could get that with some water as a young boy.
Yeah.
And you're bored on a Saturday, and you can grind down your family's. You can destroy your
Yeah.
porcelain. Is what I
Destroy
mean.
a lot of
Like
things, yeah.
you're trying to help,
It will.
and then next thing you know,
It's a strong product.
your dad comes in, he wants to punch you in the face because you like destroyed the porcelain.
You're
'cause
costing him money.
Yeah, you're grinding it down.
So Jennifer, I'm not going to tell you how to do business.
That's
but,
good.
I'm going to tell you. So
Yeah.
your husband
Weed
grows the marijuana, right?
Right.
And you make the soaps. Now,
yeah.
Bong
Yes.
cleaning product.
No, well,
All
no.
right, okay.
I'm talking about CBD infused soap.
Oh, that way your stained countertops can be relaxed.
So you may be asking why would anybody pay for that? But while you're cleaning and you're getting this
you
on your hand,
absorb it on your hand.
you absorb it.
No, make it THC. Just,
Yeah.
Just
Well,
make it
that's
THC.
not, and I was gonna say no one's analyzing anything in Florida, like Bed Bath and Beyond, while they were still a company.
Yeah.
They were selling CBD stuff.
I
like-
miss 'em. I
like
miss 'em
the-
so much.
The local
Yeah.
gas station, no one's testing that to see how much THC. You could put as much as you want in there, like not
Yeah.
too much. You freak a grandma
Yeah.
out, but
Just don't put over 300.
yeah, you put in like one milligram in there just to make it activate.
Yeah.
And then while someone's washing their hands or cleaning, then they have
I have a
yeah.
euphoric experience. I love
What's in this stuff?
Yeah. Then they get addicted to it like I am, and then you'll do whatever it takes
Yeah.
to get it.
I would kill my family to stay on marijuana. And
I have
will.
to
'Cause
talk to him
that's-
about
and
it.
will.
That's the best business. If you can get someone addicted to your product you're
Yeah.
selling, then you'll be rich. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Oh, I want to
Ask
look into
Mr.
that.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
He
exactly.
is stinking rich.
He is doing great.
Oh my!
Jennifer, thank you for coming.
Thank
in.
you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having me. I really appreciate
Sorry, we're so crazy.
this. No, I love you guys.
And give out your website
Clean that
one more time.
microphone screen
It's
with
green.
some of their products.
It's
Her
fine.
products will clean it. It'll be good.
It's greenleafclean.co.
All right.
Gotta
Greenleafclean.co.
try it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We'll take a quick break and come back.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more Corporate Time.
Awesome. We're still on Twitch and YouTube.
And we gotta switch over to Zoom quickly for
Very quickly.
Shemane.
Shemane.
Where do you want to put Shemane, by the way?
Well,
Tuesday 2?
No, because we already have Tuesday. We'll do EJ for this, and since we
Oh,
already
that's
talked
true, that's
about
true.
it on
Where's
the
that go
show,
again, Sam? Sorry.
Wednesday 1 and 2.
let's put it Wednesday 4.
Wednesday 4, okay. So your segment will air tomorrow night.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You were so funny.
Oh, no, I hope I did okay.
Yeah, you
Are
did
you
Yeah?
crazy? You did great.
Do I answer questions okay? Because,
Yeah,
you know,
You did awesome.
Because they were just fucking around so much. The
Yeah.
good thing is
You
we're
did
just
great.
getting out your product and,
Yeah, thank you
talking
so
about it,
much.
and then talking about the real reason, because people are like, well, if a gallon of Costco whatever is cheaper, of course it is. You're not paying for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
Yeah.
buying your soaps care about the ingredients
Thank you
you're
so
made of.
much.
But that's what the business is, right? It's
Yeah.
like if people care about the ingredients in their soap, they want.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you, man. I think it's awesome.
Thank
I mean,
you. Yeah,
it's also
been
a
couple
super
years
hard
of
thing to
going.
do.
Yeah.
We do it too,
happened
so-
overnight and, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And I will gladly use and report back.
Yeah, let me know. Email me, and
Yeah,
you
definitely.
guys have,
We definitely
you all
will.
have your kits, and so.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
Thank you
no,
so
thank
much.
You so much.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
Thank you.
appreciate
Very
it.
nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
It was very nice
Appreciate
meeting
that.
you.
Everybody in the
too.
chat said you were great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There
so
you go.
nice.
See, you were
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, you guys are wonderful.
You're very funny, so
Oh.
naturally, so yeah.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready for Shemane?
You guys enjoy your day.
You
You
too.
too.
Drive home safe.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
How about the long drive?
Oh no, it's so well worth it. Bye guys.
Bye. Her name was Jennifer. She makes her own cleaning supplies called Greenleaf Clean. You can go to greenleafclean.co and buy some of her products if you want. She's also a BDM, so you can support a BDM. Let me change this before you guys fuck with me about the guest.
I'm coming. Sorry about that. I am starting to waddle like a little person.
No.
I'm a little worried about
You're fine.
it. No. I'm not.
Just get a hover round.
No.
I always wanted a hover round.
I did see someone.
If anyone would get it, it'd be
Riding-
you or me, because tall, small. Not medium over here.
well,
Me
riding
and Tom are the same height.
No, you look taller.
I'm top heavy though.
the
Bad back.
He's bottom heavy.
yeah.
Big dick.
No.
Big old dick.
My legs are the lightest part.
I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. I'm trying to make people laugh.
I did see someone drive around in a hover around scooter around Gaylord Palms, and I fantasized about being high, driving around Gaylord Palms in a hover round, just around the atrium.
Well, like,
and I'm
anything
like,
is
well, I'd
fun.
like to do that.
Yeah, anything like that is fun if you're
Yeah.
it like riding it's like yesterday me I have her like riding the skateboard in Home Depot. Here's Shemane.
Shemane?
Can you hear us and see us? Hello.
Hey there, how are
Hey,
you?
Hey, how's
good
it
morning.
going?
Hey, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Are you in a cabin? That's awesome. That looks like looks like
I
where
am.
where I stayed at. That's in the loft. That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
That's where I
yeah.
had the best sleep of my life. I love the wood.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was in Georgia. We're in Orlando, obviously. So we don't get many cabins here. Who wants to have a cabin on flat, hot ground?
Right. Well, this is actually kind of to our discussion. It is the 700 square foot log cabin we built where our MTV Cribs home used to be.
Ooh.
We tore it down and built this.
All
So
right, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
talk
let's,
about it.
let's
living the dream here
Yes,
at 700
ma'am.
square feet with Ted and 3 dogs.
Oh man! All right, let's do it. All right, Mr. Van, would you like to begin?
Yep.
3, 2,
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On Zoom with us right now to talk about her book.
Yeah, brand new book she has out.
And a documentary called Killer House, and to talk about black mold, which I've had experience with, and my family has too, which is pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what she thinks about it. But Shemane Nugent is on the line with us. How you doing, Shemane?
Hey guys, I'm great. How are you?
Appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to, zoom in and give us a little bit of time to talk about this new book that you got. So, let's just talk about it, because the buzzwords that I keep saying are MTV Cribs House and black mold. And I think most people, when they look at you, they don't normally look at you and think that you may have been suffering or hurting or in any way, shape, or form physically impaired, because you look great. But what happened?
Well, I used to be the walking poster child for health and fitness. I was once named Detroit's most physical female, and I own my own aerobics studio. I was teaching in 15 high-intensity aerobics classes per week. And it got to the point where I started getting debilitating migraines and I couldn't make it through my classes. I went to dozens of different doctors and nobody could help me. And this was about 20 years ago. So toxic mold was like nobody talked about it. I had to become my own investigative sleuth and really discovered that we had mold growing between the walls of our home, which, yes, once was featured on MTV Cribs. And we had to actually, guys, sadly demolish the house. And right now I'm in a 700 square foot log cabin where that beautiful MTV Cribs home used to be.
Yeah, I remember the episode. I did watch it. I think everybody knows, your husband, Ted. I think everybody knows the connection to Detroit, Motor City Madman.
When I watched it, I was like, I want an archery, course in my backyard. But
in the basement too. On the video, he was shooting a bow and arrow in the basement.
So Shemane, I'm curious.
I actually got to see him open for Kiss, and he did the archery thing.
No,
yes.
And he is that real? I'm sorry. I'm going. Is that when he shoots the arrow in the Kiss?
Oh, yeah.
That's real. Like, it's a real arrow. How do you get insurance to allow him to shoot an arrow in an auditorium? Sorry.
I think you do it first and ask for forgiveness later. But
I could see that.
I'm sure that they went through all the hoops to try to get it approved. I actually was at a speech last week in California where I shot my bow and arrow on stage at a church at Bard's Fest, and it can be done.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tense, but
you were going to ask.
Archers.
There's your entry. You were going to ask. No, you were going to ask about your son Tommy and he can't and his archery. Well, anyway, let's stay on topic. We'll get back to archery here in a second.
But Shemane, I'm curious to and I read a little bit about your story and you continuing to go to doctors, and then people are like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
And then people are thinking you're a hypochondriac.
Well, she's a fitness person.
Yeah. And they're like, were people saying, oh, this is all in your head?
Oh, for sure. Either that. In fact, many doctors said, well, you're just stressed. One doctor said, I'll never forget, Dr. Ty in Hanover, Michigan, told me, maybe you're too healthy. Maybe you should start eating at McDonald's and working out less.
Oh, I like that doctor.
I like that.
The too healthy doctor.
Healthy.
So,
I mean, they're juggling like, you're too healthy.
Yeah.
No, they're grabbing straws. But the problem is there are some good doctors out there. There are a lot who are just regurgitating what they've been taught in medical school, which is not a lot about toxic mold. So I had, like I said, I had to become my own investigative sleuth and go, no, the human body was not meant to be this sick. Ted would rush me to the hospital many, many times. I was taking drugs, prescription medication, like it was M&Ms, and I love M&Ms, or used to before I found out how many food dyes are in it and chemicals. But
sure.
That's why I wrote this book. It's called Killer House, and it's out on Amazon June 22nd, because I want to share not only my story with other people, but I want to prevent you from going through what Ted and I and our son Rocco did. Not only did we lose our house, we lost all of the contents in it, including some of Ted's guitar memorabilia, including back then 20 years ago, we didn't have all the digital media. I lost all of my son's baby pictures, but most importantly, we lost our health. And if you don't have your health, guys, you can't do anything. You can't do the things you love to do with the people you love.
You can't wash it off.
Yeah,
you know,
I thought of that too with the baby pictures. It's kind of like, you mean to tell me we can't seal this under plastic some way and protect me from it? I mean, I guess that's just...
Well, I go into great detail about this, and I was diagnosed with having pre-emphysema, and I don't smoke. Ted and I both had 4 different types of mold in our bloodstream, and our son Rocco was diagnosed with severe asthma and had breathing treatment. So by the time we figured it all out, it was too late. It got into the ductwork and it was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, one mold spore is 1/100th the size of human hair, and its natural defense mechanism is to propagate 1,000,000 times like a dead dandelion. And I couldn't take a chance with that. So we just counted our blessings. We still were able to move forward. I got some incredible health healing treatments from an organic place, a place in Dallas, Texas called the Environmental Health Center. I did vitamin IV, infrared sauna, changed my diet and oxygen every single day for a month at the Environmental Health Center. And so it's propelled me on this course. It's not like I grew up thinking, oh, I want to be the mold lady. That's not what happened.
Right.
But if this is how God uses me and I can help others, then I want to do
Does
that.
Ted do the same? Does he do the infrared and everything, or does he just say, I'm Ted Nugent, I don't give a GD, I don't, like, what does he do?
He tries to pull that on me, but I'm like, dude, get in the sauna.
Yeah.
No. I will hand him like a drink, smoothie to drink, and
Drink
I'll make him certain foods and try to. We just had this talk.
Is
this
there
morning,
deer blood in it? I'm not drinking
he's like,
it.
I'm not drinking it
unless there's
unless
deer blood.
Did you kill it yourself? Like, I'm not doing it.
We just had this talk. He goes, I didn't sleep good last night. What should I do? And I'm like, dude, it might be because we both had ice cream and we didn't feel good after the ice cream last night, and we indulged a little bit too much. So it's like a balance. I believe the human body was meant to be, enjoyed, worth living and enjoying. And 80% of what I do is pure, clean, healthy. 20%, I like the ice cream, and actually, I like wine. I'm coming up
There you
with my
go.
own wine label soon.
Well, you gotta live your life.
But,
man. What are you gonna do?
On those times when it's the roller coaster and you don't feel good, you gotta step back and you gotta, okay, how do we get back on track? How do we get healthy again? We gotta, fuel our body with good superfood nutrition, and that's what we do as hunters, especially.
There you go.
Shemane, I want to talk about this because then I'll tell you about like my experience with like mold that screwed me up or my family. The like every house that we live in Florida, and there's mold crazy here. We live in a swamp. So there's mold everywhere, and every house that we
Moisture everywhere.
Yeah, moisture is. I mean, it's so humid. Anyway, so every time we like buy out, people go through the steps to purchase a house. You do like a mold remediation or whatever. Your inspector, if your inspector finds mold, they test it or whatever. And then I've been through this multiple times where the inspector's like, this is a regular Florida mold. That's fine. You don't want the black mold. Because there's like the black mold is where you gotta, the other molds are fine.
Well, let me educate you guys a little bit. Unfortunately, some of the remediators, some of these adjusters, insurance adjusters, some of these inspectors don't know what they're talking about.
What?
Black mold, there could be black mold in your shower that can be wiped down. But if you have toxic mold, there are 4 deadly killers, the number one being Stachybotrys. Now, I have, you know what the term she shed is?
Yeah, like where
that's where you stick your rich wife in the back to do her business while.
No, that's not entirely true because what I was going to tell you is I have a she shed in Naples. So, and I have for 25 years. So I understand the humidity in Florida. I actually went to the University of Florida as well.
Nice.
But we're talking about the inside of your home. So there's a bunch of different tests. I go into great detail in my book, Killer House, about how to remediate, how to recognize, remediate, and recover from toxic mold. But you want the air inside your home to be less humid, under 50%, humidity, and you want to stop any leaks. What we're talking about again, doesn't matter where you live. You could be in Florida, you could be in Alaska, you could be in Palm Springs,
Sure.
in the desert. If you have water infiltration, a porous substance, and lack of ventilation, you will have mold, and deadly toxic mold, within 72 hours.
If Shemane, let me ask you this, because my wife, she claims to smell mold all the time, and then we've had companies.
Some people can actually. There are some people that are known that they can. You
can smell if something smells mildewy or
Yeah,
moldy.
yeah. Like when I go in my truck,
Okay.
I'll get in my truck. It's all mildew inside because I left the kids' bathing suits back there,
Oh,
and then
my
it just
gosh.
stinks. Anyway,
We're kind of gross.
what's the signs that people should look for?
Well, a couple of things. Again, I go into great detail. You don't always smell mold, but I am the canary in a coal mine. I can walk in a home or a building and go, ooh, yeah, this either has toxic mold or something environmental that is causing like the old house smell,
Yes.
mildewy, musky, that kind of thing, which is actually, if you, okay, you know what a new car smell is, right?
Yeah.
So the new car smell is actually toxic because it's chemicals leaching from the leather into the air
They're like
that will cause you
off-gassing.
headaches,
Sure.
stress, and upper respiratory problems and things like that. But there is a lot of truth to what your wife is saying. You can smell mildew, you can smell mold, but it doesn't always. I never smelled anything. I never saw anything. We were OCD when it comes to cleaning. So yes and no, but if you smell something, that's a sign that you need to get your house tested and see what the cause is. Number
Didn't you get
one,
yours tested?
get rid of scented candles. I'm sorry, guys, no Downy fabric softener.
Oh, no.
No Glade plugins. Get rid of the carpeting. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
If you want to be healthy, there's a couple of simple steps that you can take.
My house stinks, Shemane.
I need the candles because it smells so
My
bad.
kids
for
are
the
animals.
Wait a minute.
They're
a minute.
leaving
That's
food
like
everywhere.
saying, okay, you're masking the problem. Why
Yeah.
not just find out what the problem is?
I love
You know,
masks.
if a teenage boy is sweaty, you're going to tell him to put
Yeah.
on that Axe deodorant and it'll be okay.
Yes,
it'll be
No,
great.
take a
That's
darn
what I do.
shower, dude, and get to the problem of what's really causing this smell in your home.
Shemane, I will say that my father-in-law, who, and I wonder if because he's a big fan of Ted Nugent and hunting and everything, and I wonder if he
He's an
heard this story
outdoorsman,
through you.
for sure.
But he had chronic pneumonia for like 3 or 4 years.
This is true. Yeah.
And like he went to hospital. The hospital he flew to Arizona
He almost
because
died, dude.
he couldn't figure out why he was having pneumonia over and over, and the doctors couldn't figure it out. And it was so bad that I remember like he got weaker and weaker, and no one could figure it out. And then they realized that there was mold all like his master bathroom and his walls completely mold. They had to rip it all out, and so and then his pneumonia stopped.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
good now.
and then he thinks, and 100%, he's like, I think it was the mold because he's spent a lot of time in his bedroom. It was all in his bedroom, and he's this is the only thing I could think of because after they ripped it all out and cleaned it, then he's not had chronic pneumonia anymore.
Well, do you remember the actress Brittany Murphy?
Yeah.
She actually she had mold in the condo that she was living in. She died of pneumonia. Which why would a 32-year-old woman die of pneumonia?
Right.
I mean, there are medications to help with it. Pneumonia is a thing, but there are medications and treatments that can help with that.
Yeah.
Now here's the kicker. Her husband Simon died 5 months later at 40 years of age of the same thing.
Yeah,
They
that
had
is weird.
mold. So what's the problem with toxic mold is that it's not like you break your arm, the bone is sticking out and go, oh, wow, I need to get that fixed. It's a slow killer, and it can show up in different symptoms in different people. And there is a gene that some of us have, and I don't know if I could say it on here, but it's MTHR. They call it the mother effer gene. Anyways, it's just it's what we call it. If you have this, you're more likely to get sicker. Like you could have two people in the same house, one could get sick and one not, and you're exposed to the same amount of toxic mold. But stress has a good indicator of how sick you're going to be. I was in the house more than anybody else, so I got sicker than everybody else. And male testosterone helps protect you guys better than it does us. So you got that going for you.
Really? That's interesting. I was just about to ask you if some people are more affected by it than others, just like an allergy, because I imagine some people are probably severely allergic to some of these kinds of toxic molds, and it could affect them 10 times another person that isn't as affected. So yeah, that it now. If you do have a mystery illness, it's weird that the doctors, just like with my father-in-law, with you, Shemane, and if they can't figure it out, I wonder why they don't say, have you had your house tested for mold? Why wouldn't they suggest that?
I will say,
because it was years.
I will say that it seems like a lot of times people like the Brittany Murphy thing. It does seem like people don't.
Are they skeptical of it? But it's real science.
There's a lot of things. Number one, again, there are some good doctors out there, but there are also many doctors are just regurgitating what they've learned in medical school, which is how much spent on toxic mold? Not a lot. And again, there are good doctors out there, but there are some who just want to make money and they hand out prescriptions, or they just don't want to deal with the problem of trying to find out what is causing you the headaches, what is causing you the sore throat, what is causing you the insomnia, the joint pain, the skin rashes. Should I go on? Guys, this is so serious. This is why I wrote this book. It can even cause cancer. And again, the symptoms, they're slow, and doctors will try to dole out prescriptions that just cover the problem. I remember the last time when I got diagnosed by a toxicologist who said, you have 4 different types of mold in your bloodstream and you have pre-emphysema. He pulled out his little doctor prescription pad and he starts writing on it. I'm thinking, great, another prescription. What he wrote on that pad changed my life. He said, get out of the house. And we did, and it was the best thing I ever did. Again, it was my MTV Cribs dream house.
Yeah.
I feel like I wanted to do that.
It was a little dramatic writing it on the prescription.
I like that.
He could have just said it.
No.
I'm joking, Shemane.
That's a great reveal to be like, and he hands it to you.
It's gonna make you remember. The reason I wrote this book, I'm not kidding you. Every single day, I've come to be known as the mold lady, but that's okay. I can help people, counsel people, and I have all the information in this book, Killer House, about what I went through, how you can recognize, remediate, and recover from toxic mold. But just 2 weeks ago, I had counseled this girl who had been exposed to toxic mold. She saw mushrooms growing on her carpeting. And I said, dude, get out of the house. She goes, I can't. I've got kids. I don't have the money for it. And I understand and appreciate that. How much is your health worth? Just write that down on a piece of paper for me. Just give me a number.
At one point,
$10,
it's like, well, there's
$100,
poison.
1,000, 10,000, $1 million. So I said, make it a game. Say, we're going to go tenting in our front yard. I'm not kidding you guys. It's this serious. So she did that. They got a tent. They all tented in the front yard, only went into the house when they needed a couple things. And I saw her 2 weeks ago at this Bards Fest that I was speaking at in Yuba City, California. And she looked bright and cheery. She goes, girl, that's the best advice I ever got. I feel so much better. So again, I don't want anybody to experience what Ted and I and our son Rocco did. It's a serious, serious issue. It could change your life. This book, Killer House, 150%, will change your life.
There you go.
Shemane, I will say that my own personal experience with mold, when I was in college in a duplex, I had some asthma attack in the middle of the night. I woke up with it. I ran over to my buddy Logic Man's house. He was across the street, and I got his girlfriend at the time to take me to the hospital. I thought I was dying. I was like, I've never had problems breathing, and I thought it was some other thing, whatever. Sat in the hospital for a couple hours. It was back in the early 2000s when you had to wait in the waiting room forever. And then I just left because I was like, I feel better. And then I walked back in the house. I sat on my couch couch, and then I immediately started having an asthma attack again. And then I walked outside, and I was like, it's something else. And then the whole AC where you put your like the box where you put your
the handler,
the whole AC handler. Me and Crystal opened it up, and it was completely black with mold. And then Crystal's like
pumping that into your face.
Crystal's
man.
like, this is what was causing, and I never had, and we cleaned it all out. I mean, we didn't, dumb college kids. I just stayed in the house. I never had a problem again after we cleaned it. But I was like, whatever that was giving me an asthma attack. Never had it again since. And I'm like, I could see a lot of people getting sick. And then if you were more sensitive to it, it could slowly poison you. So it's like, and it's something that this is not even a pseudoscience or something. Like, there's a reason why that when you find mold that they tell you, inspectors or whatever, they're like, you have to test it. You have to test, because toxic mold could be dangerous. So this is not like I'm telling you about.
No, it's tried and true.
Yeah, there are.
It's 100% of the time.
And if you have toxic mold in your house, it could be making you sick. It's like I've seen it firsthand twice, and then it's like, so Shemane, I wonder if you have a problem because you're getting this message out that people think it's some political message, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? But I can imagine
at this Yuba City speech that I did at Bard's Fest for Scott Kesterson. It's like a patriotic. Ted goes, "What was that?" Was it like a patriotic Christian event? And I go, "Yeah, actually it was." I had 100 copies of my book I thought, okay, maybe I'll sell 20. I don't know. I had people waiting in line to talk to me, and I sold out of all of my books. But the most heartbreaking thing is, it's resonating with people because they've experienced it for myself. And two people had lost loved ones, they're dead because of toxic mold. So no, I think now, back when this happened to me 20 years ago, yes, people thought I was just crazy. Ted rushed me to the hospital so many times. One time for those symptoms that I thought I was having a heart attack. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. They did all the x-rays and everything, and they said, "Sorry, Mrs. Nugent, your chest x-ray is clear. We're going to wheel you out in the wheelchair," because I couldn't walk. Now, again, these are things that we just, especially I think as women, maybe guys do too, but we second guess ourselves and we think, oh yeah, I am pretty stressed. I got to cut back on that. And meanwhile, we have to take care of families. We are all doing so many different things nowadays. And again, I think the human body was meant to be energized, and God gave us all the things that we need in our diet readily available. But the problem is,
why do you make black mold then?
Big pharma, well, because I'll tell you what happened to us again. The builder didn't install the flashing right on our MTV Cribs home. God didn't make faulty builders and improper workmen. Now there are some good builders out there, but we went through this whole thing, lost our home. So we just recently built our dream home again in Texas. We told the builder, "Dude, this is what happened to us. We lost our home. We got sick and almost died. Build us a house that doesn't leak. Can you do that?" I have it. He goes, "Yes, I could definitely do that." Do you know we had 4 water leaks before we even moved in? We were there every day. We were on site. But when a guy is hammering a nail, you just trust that he knows what he's doing. So I talk about that again. We're suing this builder. And the problem is, God did not, he didn't create all these, these improper building practices and chemical, like the things that they're building houses with these days are just, it's incredible. You have buildings that are hundreds and hundreds of years old that I feel great in. So there's a lot that goes in this, and I talk about it all in my book, Killer House, that's on sale. Finally, June 22nd on Amazon.
Go. Hey,
Perfect.
appreciate
Shemane,
the time. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And again,
now you had a question about archery.
Oh, no.
Oh, I bought my son a bow and arrow for his 9th birthday, and he doesn't play with it, Shemane. He wants to just play Roblox.
Yeah, he just
and
wants
video
to do
games.
Video games.
And I kind of don't blame him, because I got out there and I was like, "I'll show you." I'm like, "Watch me do
hard.
it." And then
It's hard.
it's difficult, and I'm like, I could see why all the video games are more appealing to you than doing something.
How do you get
hard.
a young boy like fired up about archery?
Well, number one, you have to make sure he's got the right bow. A lot of people think, oh, you need a 90-pound bow to shoot something. I have a 30-pound bow. I've killed kudu, zebra, white-tailed deer, fallow deer, black buck, antelope, scimitar horn,
There you
oryx,
go.
aoudad, big, huge 900-pound animals. It's about shot placement. But what I would recommend for your son, number one, if he doesn't feel confident, if he's not saying that you're not the proper teacher, but sometimes
I
they
am.
need lessons.
I'll
Set
say
him
that.
up with some lessons so that he can feel success in what he does. He might not want to do it because he doesn't feel like he's doing it properly, and
Right.
he's not seeing success.
He may
And I
not
think
want to
kids-
do it because his dad is a loser. His dad is
I
a
scream, "Come
complete-
shoot this bow!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Let's do something outside," and then like,
And
I'm
we
looking
got to
up,
get
it's
him
so
off of
hot.
this, guys. We got to get him off of this.
Yeah, got to get him off the phone, off the
Ah.
iPad, off the tablet. No more
God.
Minecraft. You're destroying the
they're
American.
addicted to it. How do we get
you
off it?
are destroying
They love
the
it.
American
They're
family.
shaking if they can't get it. I'm
You're-
sorry.
Well, give him a time limit. My son's now
Limit?
32. Give him a time limit where, okay, for 2 hours every day, there's no phone, and you got to go out and play,
Oh, no.
or whatever it
Oh.
is. But if you monitor on your kid's phone how many hours they're on their phone,
It's a
I
lot.
don't
Oh,
care
it's-
what excuse it is. Well, so and so sent me homework or whatever. Get them off the phone,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Get them off the phone and iPad.
Gotta
So
do
many
it.
hours. Shemane, thanks for talking to us. We appreciate it. And maybe if you're, I know your husband's coming to Orlando. You can shoot by the studio.
Yeah, check out those tour dates. We had a listener, Sam C. I would not be a good host if I didn't give Sam C. as a fan of Ted Nugent, and he mentioned you in our BDM page, and he started this whole thread where he's talking about Ted Nugent last week, and then for whatever reason,
Oh, people got mad,
oh,
Shemane.
yeah,
Sorry.
well, I mean,
You know
it's-
it,
he's
you
a-
know it is.
Ted's spicy, so everybody's got an
A
opinion.
little spicy, yeah. But you know what? Now is the time for it. And this is his last tour. I'm not kidding. A lot of people have said, well, come on now. No, we talked about it. It's not because he doesn't love the music. Obviously, he loves it. He doesn't like the travel.
Yeah.
So as far
hard.
as even, going to hotels, if you think about, okay, I don't even know how many dates he's playing, but let's say 40. That's 40 different cities. That's 40 different hotels. That's 40 different times he's away from our dogs,
Sure,
which
yeah.
he does not love to do. So he's going to be,
like
I think
me.
he starts his tour in Orlando. So get to Orlando.
There you go.
It's the last time. I promise you. He might do one-offs and charity events. I know he will. He's not going to stop playing, but it's just the tour
The grind.
with
Yeah.
the band and the lights and all of that he might not do ever again.
There you go. Well, hey, I've had the pleasure of seeing him live. Thank you so much for the time. Good luck with the book. Good luck with the
Thank you.
documentary that was released last year. And hey, if you guys ever wander around Baldwin Park in Orlando, we'd love to have you, okay?
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. God bless.
Cheers.
See ya.
Take care. See ya. All right, there you go.
So we did it.
We did it.
We're
We
heroes.
talked to Shemane Nugent. We are heroes.
Yeah.
They said we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We took someone who is conservatively polarizing and we talked to her about mold. And no one else can do that. Let me see. Let me see a show of hands, Orlando hosts that can do. The only other guy that can do that is Jim Phillips, and he's dead.
Don't say that.
What was that?
I was
gonna
doing
start
Jiminy-
that rumor.
I was doing Jiminy
It's
Glick.
alive.
I did Jiminy Glick. I did like full Jiminy. I was like, there's only one man that can have talked to that other than Jim Phillips, and he's dead.
Oh, just got word. No one's listening.
They all tuned out.
Oh, bye-bye.
That's funny. All right, we did it.
I like how, or it's just Twitch. It was not sorry.
Yeah, we're just.
I like how.
Where's this go?
I don't know if you noticed this
Wednesday
Switch,
4.
but me and Daniel, we cannot help but trying to poke at the shit we agreed that we won't go into because
we fucked it all
and then so
Like you literally brought up politics when we said not to.
I know, yeah, but it's just because this is how sick me and Daniel
we're
are.
sick. We're disgusting.
Is that all we want to
good.
do is do whatever we're
We
not
wanna
supposed
do.
to do.
Yeah.
But not what we don't even want to do it.
No.
Or we agreed to let's not get into anything.
It was a mess.
And then we're like, let's go. Like the interview was over. We're like, let's talk about this.
Is the interview over? Let's do it.
Let's bring up this. And then we're like running across the goddamn
Not
tightrope.
smart.
Trying to get to the other side. It's like, you already made it. No.
nice.
Let's bring up this.
Yeah.
And see how close we
Probably-
get. And we're like, oh,
It's probably hard to talk about mold when your husband is conservative weirdo. All right. Well, we did it. We are heroes, though. I do feel like no one else can do it.
It's
Well,
like,
do you want to finish the Wednesday 3? We only need 12 for
yeah,
that.
how much time we have?
It's only 11:30
Okay.
Oh,
because
Yeah.
Jennifer got here so early.
Yeah, let's do Wednesday.
Jennifer.
But it's so funny. Where
I
it's
didn't
like,
even get to ask her about her metaphysics degree from Sedona. I think I got one when I went there too. I climbed
wrote it
Cathedral
down.
Rock.
and it's funny. Like I could tell she probably goes through a lot of like trolling interviews or has to navigate. She like
She has her set things she says.
I think because when I
has-
started making jokes, I feel like it turned a
you sped her up.
an alarm on.
You sped her up.
Yeah, sped
you
her up.
did speed her up, and it made me uncomfortable.
Why? No.
Yeah, you were
That's kinda
reckless.
what
You were reckless with it.
No, because
You got to pepper him in like you were a little heavy-handed. You were a little heavy-handed.
because all I want to do
I know.
is
All
make
I
jokes
wanna do is make jokes with Shemane.
about everything.
She was very nice.
She was nice.
But then
Here's
also
one thing
see if we can navigate.
Can I tell you something about Shemane?
And then let
me tell you something about her. Might have been the best looking feed we've ever had.
Oh, we should get that Nugent money.
was gonna say, she's,
rich as fuck.
No, she does. That's like we got the full Shemane. She does her show. She has a show on one of the right wing networks.
yeah.
It's just like that. And I got to pee. Sorry.
We'll tell the whole story on Monday's BDM show. Yeah, no.
What do you want to talk about for 12 minutes?
We'll just do a voicemail or whatever.
Or does Dan want to go into the submersive that's
Oh yes,
that's lost?
Let's talk about that. Now this will play tomorrow, so
It'll still be lost.
yeah. Maybe not. Hopefully they find those people. God, that's the most terrifying thing I could possibly imagine. If it's at the bottom or underwater, I guess it could still be floating on top of the water somewhere. Like, they don't know.
I think so.
Well, I guess it has some sort of emergency way to get itself to the surface.
Does it? Have
I
you
think
done
it-
any research on this thing?
Well-
it is bobo as hell.
It does. Yeah.
It's held together by they're locked in from the outside. Did you know that? They're bolted in from the outside.
Yeah.
They use a Logitech controller to control this thing.
But the amount of money that the I'll say tourists the people is like $250,000 a seat. So I assume there's some money in this operation.
I mean, there is. But, all right.
I mean, to buy one of those submarines that can make it down to Titanic has got to be millions of dollars, right?
All right. What are we doing here?
We were going to talk about that.
Oh, wait a minute. They're saying EJ wanted to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So we can wait and talk
I don't
about
wait. I don't save things for. I never save news stories for obese people.
And that'll at least be tonight. So, if they end up finding out, old news.
Are we talking about it or no?
Let's just do a voicemail. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Voicemails?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll bring us back. Here we go. 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Let's do a couple of voicemails.
All right, buddy. Let's try. I don't know. Voicemails are a fickle beast on the voicemails. Let's try this one right here.
Hey gang, BDM Clark here. I was listening to the best of corporate time, and you guys were talking about evolving into your final form of as far as your fashion goes. And I don't know what it is. I'm only 38. My wife and I never had kids, but we live out basically we live out on a farm on 5 acres in DeLeon Springs, and I think I've evolved into a young pop because I just can't stop loving my plain white tees. And I'm talking about go to Walmart, you get a pack of 10 of them, Hanes, and I wear them around the house. I use them to work out on the property, change oil, doing construction around the house, stuff like that, working out at the gym and stuff. And I don't care if it gets really greasy, messed up, dirty. Once it gets, stained, I use it as a shop rag and grab the next one, and I love them. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'm just prematurely turning into a pop. But anyways, love the show. Talk to you guys later.
What a cute DeLeon Springs farmer man. What a cute.
I mean, it's a practical outfit, right, for what you're doing if you're tinkering around outside.
I gotta admit something to you guys. My favorite shirt that I wear is that white V-neck I have. This is the same one, but this is like a brown one, or a gray one. But I like a plain white V-neck. This is what I want to wear for life. Ready?
Yeah.
Hair combed or hat. Plain white V-neck. Jeans. Socks. Checkerboard Vans.
Okay,
Dead.
yeah.
Dead. That's it.
Besides from the Vans, that's what my pop-up wore
for life.
Every time I've seen him. And then there's that, and like I saw him in some sort of 1970s suit a couple times for like weddings.
I saw him one time in that. That was very
my
nice.
grandfather always
funerals.
white
Yeah.
T-shirt, blue jeans, some type of loafer.
Now,
Okay.
back to this gentleman's email. Is it DeLeon or DeLeon?
DeLeon.
That's what I thought. And now
DeLeon
is it
is-
tomato?
No, DeLeon is wrong.
It's like Caribbean.
Is it Ponce de
Is it-
Leon or Ponce de Leon?
I
Or
think
Ponce
I
de
think if you're
Leon.
saying it with actual Spanish accent, it's
De Leon.
De Leon.
De
Not
Leon.
Leon. That's
De
Italian.
Leon. You make it French.
But it's not Leon.
You make it
De Leon.
De Leon.
But it's but he lives there, and he said DeLeon.
He owns 5 acres there. What are you talking about?
So
He's a big dog.
wouldn't he have said DeLeon to someone, and then they're like, it's DeLeon or DeLeon?
I think people say it differently.
Did
just
he
like
say
Appalachia
DeLeon?
and
Okay, so-
Appalachian.
He said De Leon.
he said DeLeon.
I think he's right.
DeLeon, it has to be right because that's the only way I've ever heard it
Well, that's
pronounced.
just why people say De Leon.
That's right.
Okay,
I
so
think
it's both.
It's De Leon, but I think
It's commonly referred to
my
as
dad
DeLeon.
calls it De Leon Springs
And
because he can't roll his R's.
back to wearing the same thing every day.
Yes.
I
Is
have
it still something you want to do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, I'm damn near close to just throwing out all my other clothes for the most part, except
Are you
for
going
like
back to
dress
sandals,
shirts.
or are you going to keep the shoes in play?
No, I have the shoes. I have like the uniforms. But the
You need 2 pairs of shoes.
yeah. Tennis shoes.
That was
I
just
have
a tip
dress-
I wanted to throw in there.
But it's because there's I imagine 2 types of people in the world, because not all old
The
people.
walkers and the talkers.
yeah. But there's also people that get joy out of expressing themselves through fashion, and the people that
I get joy out of
no
expressing myself through fashion.
joy out of that, which is like me. And I imagine this
It's a
guy and
nothing,
my
yeah.
pop-up.
If that's the case, then why the hell did you, as a young man, wear a tie shaped like a keyboard?
I'm 13. Why, you know, like, or whatever it is. Like
you were doing it for the love of fashion.
it's
I don't think Tom cares anything about like artistic things,
He did.
i.e., fashion,
He did.
music.
I appreciate it.
He did.
But you don't care. It doesn't. There's no
Move the
value
needle.
for you
Yeah.
to be a part of it.
No,
Like, you
I
don't care about like home decorating, other than your plants, maybe.
I know I do like if Crystal decorates the house the way like it's pleasing. I understand that. It's like, oh, this looks nice.
Pleasing.
And
Well,
then
you don't hate it, but you don't do anything to contribute.
I like art. Like if someone paints a painting.
Hey, I
like,
drew these boobies.
you know, like Tony Nugent has a painting of a sailboat that we have hanging up in Max's room. That it's like I appreciate that he painted
I've
that.
never liked that painting.
So I'm like I appreciate the work it took to paint that, and then his creativity.
You appreciate work.
We
got that. We got that.
But
he
it's a
does-
nice.
yeah.
It's colorful. It's visually pleasing.
It
adds
looks
color.
But
like
if
to the
you
room.
had to decorate, let's say you were a bachelor and you had to decorate
Yes.
your own apartment.
Orange County Choppers.
I would ask someone else.
He
to
would
do
go
it that
Orange County
understands-
Choppers, OCC. He'd have one corner that would be like, would you do a tribute to Mikey?
I understand
Because he was the best part of the show.
That'd be
Mikey.
ridiculous. But it's like so.
He was the comedic relief.
So for me, like I have 2 drawers filled with Tom and Dan shirts.
That's your
with,
rap name.
with all these different promotional shirts. I got semantic shirts. I got other podcasts.
You don't have semantic.
I've
Oh,
never
I-
seen you wear a semantic shirt.
How dare you? I wore a semantic shirt.
He second guessed that when he said it. He's like, oh, S.
I wasn't even going to say anything.
Oh, S. I said that. They're on to
when
me.
did I wear it? I wore just some
You
of
did
it.
wear it, the black one. It
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
me
yeah.
look good. I like the way it makes
It was
it
the
look.
black
Nice shirt.
It was
It's a
at,
nice shirt.
It was at your anniversary. Was it? Did I miss that one?
Oh, my lies are all unraveling.
That was an emergency. You do.
All right, let me get a new one. I'll get a new one for you. Here, let's try this one. Prostate.
Tom and Dan and Sam. Hey guys, it's Kenny. So obviously over the last couple of decades, the rise of internet porn has basically just grown exponentially. And with that, we're to assume that the number of the younger generation participating in Fun Time for Boys has probably also grown at a rapid pace. So will we find out that in 30, 40 years, that prostate cancer, prostate issues will actually be at an all-time low in society? Now, I will say, doctors have said that there is no conclusive evidence that ejaculation and prostate health are related, but they haven't ruled it out. So, I don't want to EJ the situation and spread misinformation, but perhaps over the next couple of decades, we'll actually be supplying society with enough data and evidence that could potentially show a link between the two, and we'll have a much healthier prostate society. Anyway, just some food to think about. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, that is some crazy. I got high and I thought of some crazy stuff.
But here's the detriment, Kenny, and you know they may have some small advantage like prostate health, even though there's no science proving that's the case. Although it makes sense that working out your prostate every day would be better than not doing it, right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't
it's
know.
like most things
Yeah,
need
yeah.
a little
using
work.
it,
Yeah, using it
every day.
Even right now with my leg, right? My leg hurts.
Although
really,
it doesn't
really
help
bad.
your butt.
No, it does not.
It
You
puts
should leave
wear
that
and
alone.
tear on
Leave
your
your butt
butt.
alone.
Oh yeah,
All
no,
but butt.
You know, you use your butt all the time, and it's got a lot of wear and tear that it starts breaking down over time.
Like a sock.
So does that happen to your prostate too? Like, is using it too much break it down? Anyway,
Look that up. I didn't mean to yell that.
So
I just was scared.
the detriment to society will be lack of imagination and creativity. Because
All because of the prostate?
no, because of porn is so easily available, and I'll give because Daniel knows what it's like as a young kid.
Oh, man.
To-
You had to go hard.
Just have to use only your imagination, because that's all we
There's
have.
a sweet spot, though. I'll tell you the sweet spot. The sweet spot for your imagination. Because, look, nothing is more powerful when it comes to sexual arousal than your imagination, right?
No,
you can't debate that.
I think the videos visually.
No. You can create things. I'm just saying because you got the switch. It's the switch. You're the switch, right? My point is there's a sweet spot. When you're getting all of it, I think sometimes you swipe too much. Remember it's almost like we've hit terminal velocity.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're trying to find the next
It's too
best
much.
thing.
It's too much.
It's causing
the
ADD.
sweet spot was when you craved it, right? And you didn't have it. And then what would you get? The very first issue of the Victoria's Secret catalog. That was the sweet spot. For the freshest I'm talking fresh endorphins cranking.
But you'd have to imagine, like now.
No, they were see-through. It was you see nipples. It was see-through.
No, you don't say nipples.
Are you crazy? I'll die on this hill. I will die on this hill. The very first catalogs that were coming out, they weren't doing any. There was no Photoshop, bro. They had it, but they didn't use it, right?
So
when they put lace on it, they would just let it be what it was.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't the fact that
it was red hot.
We had less material and we had to use our imagination more make us better than I imagine that.
Yes.
You know,
but the sweet spot is when you got a little bit of the benefit, right? The sweet spot is when you can combine imagination with a little bit of like the catalog, and it's like.
Well, I'll go even further and say our generation of Gen X and the older millennials.
Sublime thumbs.
Well, okay. We experienced the revelation.
Oh, we did. We're the golden age. Yes, you're right.
We went through a young time where there was no internet.
Yes.
At all, and it was all porno mags, and which you never would get a hold. Like maybe you'd hide one somewhere in your room.
They're hard to hide. It's a magazine.
But
you gotta go out to the woods.
Yeah, you'd have the woods or whatever.
And by the way, the woods is the worst place to keep the integrity of the condition of your magazine.
You gotta wrap it up in a tarp.
It was all still like, so we went, and then by the time we hit the age of 17, 18, then all of a sudden, you're older than me, so you got to
See how he did that? See how he slipped that in there?
No, but and then, because that's when
I'm telling you, it was great.
The first time I ever went on to Sublime Thumbs or even looked at porn, I was 17 or 18 years old in high school.
Oh my God.
And then and I couldn't even look at it at the computer because we had one computer in the house, and it was our house computer.
You had to sneak out there at night.
No, but then I got a bed computer my senior year.
Disgusting.
And then
oh man.
And
good Lord.
And then I was like, and it wasn't even until college I really explored pornography on the internet, and it blew my mind. I remember when videos first started coming out because it was just pictures.
It was a rarity. You get 7
the picture
seconds.
loading.
Yeah.
I used to get
you're like a video.
And then it'd freeze.
You'd get a video and it'd be like 7 seconds, and you'd be like, okay, I can download that one. There'd be like, well, there's a video. This video, how long is that one? It's 1 minute and 19 seconds.
Oh,
that'll take too long. God, that'll take Saturday. All of Saturday.
So we learned to appreciate it. Our kids are gonna.
They got everything.
If they don't have the highest HD unlimited
and guess what?
porn,
if there aren't nudes of a celebrity, someone's gonna make them. They're gonna be fakes out there. So you'll get anything you want.
Anything you want. And I feel like that's bad for you.
Better life.
You could look at Pikachu. You could see Pikachu's penis.
I bet you if you asked a 16-year-old teen to go and hammer hand without his phone, he couldn't do it.
He could do it. 16-year-old, yeah.
I think he needs the stimulus. Like,
he can't talk.
He's like, I don't have. What am I gonna think about?
They're nothing but hormones. They could do it.
Tom's kind of right. They can't even communicate. Like, I try to talk to teens sometimes, and they can't even look me in the eyeballs. Yeah. Like, they don't know how to communicate with humans.
It's like asking me, if I want to get high, some runner would be like, "Oh, run for 5 miles, you'll get a runner's high." I'd be like, "No, already ruined my brain. Yeah. I need real high." Anyway,
exactly.
We'll be back.
All right, nice. All right, guys. Is it lunch?
It is.
Yep.
My God, we're gonna go have.
And then we got EJ after
have
lunch.
lunch, and then to end this turd sandwich, we have EJ.